mates, welcome to your Wednesday math. So as I said in our lesson from Monday, today we're going to be starting off a new unit. You guys have done an amazing job with algebra, and I feel comfortable enough that you guys at least very well know the basics, or at least know the steps that you'd be comfortable with algebra right now. So we're starting with our coordinate grid. I'm sure many of you remember from grade 7, our coordinate grid is our grid that has different quadrants and has an x and y axis. Our x-axis is the one that goes side to side, and our y-axis goes up and down. How we label the grid is in the very middle, this is called the origin, and it's called 0, 0. If we go to the right of the origin on the x-axis, we have positive numbers. So positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this case. And if we go on our y-axis going up, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, positive numbers. So these are positives and these are positives. On this end of the grid, on the left side of the x-axis, we have our negative numbers, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on the y-axis going down, we have negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And those are our negative numbers as well. Usually when we have a grid like this, first of all, what we would do is we try to plot points on it. How you plot points on the grid is if I give you, let's plot the point 3, 5, and usually you'll find it in brackets like this. How would I plot it? Well, the x-axis, our x label, always, always, always goes first because x comes before y in the alphabet. So that means our first digit is going to be on the x-axis. So how you plot a point is you start your origin, 0, 0, and I have positive 3 because there's no negative sign in front of that 3, so I know it's a positive number. And I go 3 spaces to the right. So I go 1, 2, 3. So right now I'm at here. Next is my y number, which is positive 5. Positive 5 means I go up on the grid and not down. So what I do is I count 5 spaces up. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to call this spot A. So I'm going to label this point A on my grid. And I've just plotted the points 3, 5. Let's try another one. We have B. I'm going to label B as negative 2 and 3. So first of all, I start my origin. My x-axis always goes first, so I have to go side to side first before I can go up and down. Okay? So side to side before up and down. It's easier to move side to side than it is up and down. That's how I remember it. So I start my origin and I go 2 spaces to the left because I have a negative number. So I go 1, 2 to the left to where negative 2 is on my x-axis. And now my next digit is on my y-axis, which is positive 3. Positive means I go up. So I go 1, 2, 3 spaces up. And that is my B coordinate. So B is negative 2 and comma 3. C, let's label, C is going to be negative 4, negative 3. First of all, I start my origin. I have a negative number first. That means I'm going to the left. So I go 4 spaces to the left to negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm at negative 4. Now I need to go to negative 3. If it's a negative number as my second digit on my y-axis, so the second digit is a negative number, it means I go down. So I'm going down 3 spaces because I go down to negative 3. So I go 1, 2, 3. There's my negative 3. and that is my C point, which is -4, -3. So I've just been able to plot 3 points on my coordinate grid. Now we're going to try labeling a shape. So our shape is going to be, we're going to start off with a triangle just because it's easiest. And I'm going to give us 3 points. It's going to be plotted on the grid. So I have A, B, and C. A is going to be 4 and 3. B is going to be 5 and 1. And C is going to be 2 and 1. So I'm going to label my grid. First of all, let's do point A. So I have to go to 4, 3. Remember, X is always my first digit and Y is my second. So I have to go side to side first. I start at my origin, which is 0, 0, and I go 4, 3. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4 spots to the right, and then 3 spots up. 1, 2, 3. That is my A point. B is 5, 1. So I start at my origin. First of all, I go across my x-axis, so I'm going to the right 5 spaces because it's a positive number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I go up 1 because my y-axis is on 1. And that's my B. Next I have C, which is on 2, 1. So I go 1, 2 spots to the right and 1 spot up. And that is my C. Now, because I'm plotting a triangle, I can actually connect all 3 of these together to create triangle ABC. So triangle ABC. So sometimes when you'll see questions, it'll say plot triangle ABC, and it'll just list all the points like this. That's what it means by it. It means you're plotting a shape. And when you plot that shape, you're actually going to connect all the dots together to create a shape. So in this case, we created triangle ABC. All right, let's work on plotting. What if you have, let's see. We're going to plot triangle ABC again, except they're going to have different numbers. So A is going to be 0, -2. B will be -3 and 0. Actually, let's do -4 and 0. And C will be -3 and -3. So very first, I have to start with my A. My X coordinate is first and my Y coordinate is second. And I have to try to make my Y not look like an X. There we go. So A is 0, -2. So I start at my origin. My first digit is 0. That means I do not move side to side in any direction. I stay right on the line because it's not telling me how many spots to move left or right because it's at 0. Now I have to go to -2. So I go to -2 on my y-axis, which is my up and down axis. So I have to go down 2 spots. So I go 1, 2 spots down. So I'm going to have a point that is right on the line. And that is my A. B is, first of all, our first digit is -4. So I have to go on my x-axis to -4. So I go side to side, and I go over to -4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 spots to the left. And then my second digit is 0. That means I do not go up or down any spots. It means I'm stuck right on the line because my second digit is 0. And that is my B. C is -3, -3. So I start at my origin, I go sideways to -3. So I go left 3 spots, and then my second one is -3, so it means I go down 3 spots to -3. And that is my C. And now, because I have to plot the triangle, I can connect all these dots together. So that is triangle ABC, which is very poorly drawn. And that is essentially it. So here we have our triangles plotted. And we have our basic plotting done. For now, that's all we're going to be doing today. Is you're going to be given a sheet with a bunch of coordinates on there, and you're going to plot the points on there. Difficulty is I will not be able to make a Google form for this because I have no way of making a Google form sheet where you can just plot the points on a grid freely. So unfortunately, this is going to be done the old-fashioned way with the PDF worksheets. Going further, in some units of this, or some lessons of this unit, there will be some I will be able to do on the Google form, but not many. So that's just because there's just no way of plotting points on a Google form. So for now, we're just doing PDFs. So today, all we're going to be doing is you're going to be given different points to plot, and it's going to ask you to plot some shapes. They could be triangles, they could be rectangles, which means you just have a fourth point that you're plotting, which would be like point D, and then you're just connecting them together to create a rectangle or something like that. And that's all we're doing. So this is just a review from grade 7, from when you started using their coordinate grid. And that's all I have for you guys today. So I will see you guys Friday. For now, I hope you're enjoying your week and you're at least able to have some fun or enjoy yourselves this week. I'll see you guys Friday.